Hello, it's Mr. Sarisa, and I'd like to go over problem number 31. I know people will be struggling a little bit with this, so let me just go over it now. So 31 is about a boat that's trying to cross a river. The river is moving at 3 kilometers per hour, and the boat we know can move at 20 kilometers per hour. And so we have this resultant vector that's going this way, and we don't know what that is yet, but we can find that pretty easily. Well, what the question asks is, what's the angle that the boat has to go from the dock in order to travel directly across? So in other words, the water is pushing the boat and making it go straight across. So we have an opposite and we have a hypotenuse, and that means we're going to use sine. So that's how we'll find sine of theta, with the opposite being the 3 and hypotenuse is 20. So I'll do an inverse sine of both sides, 3 over 20, and I'll end up with an angle of 8.63 degrees. Okay? And then the next thing we need to find, so that was the first part of the question. And then next what we also need to find is the time it'll take to cross the river. So on my diagram I have x is the speed of the resultant speed after the water slows it down. And so we know x squared plus 3 squared will equal 20 squared. Alright, so I'll just subtract the 3 squared from both sides and take the square root. So subtract that 3 squared and take the square root. And I'm left with x equaling 400 minus 9, which is the square root of 391, which is 19.8. And so I'm rounding on paper, but in the calculator I'm keeping it unrounded, and I'm just going to work from there. So we have our x now, we have our speed of going directly across the river. We know the river is half a kilometer wide, and so I'm going to use the distance equals rate times time formula. And if it's half a kilometer and our rate is the 19.8, then we just need to solve for t by dividing by 19.8 on both sides. Okay, so just put that in the calculator directly, 1/2 divided by the second answer, and you'll end up with time equaling 0.025. And of course, we're not going to say 0.025 hours, right? Because that's the unit it's in. We're going to make it something that's a little bit easier. We'll multiply by 60, and we'll get our final answer of 1.52 minutes. Alright, thank you. I hope that it helped.